Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're getting ready for the CUET Business Studies exam, you've landed in the perfect spot today. We're not just going to talk about studying hard, no. We're going to build a full on blueprint for studying smart. So let's just dive right in. So, does this look familiar? You open up the syllabus and it just feels like this giant mountain you have to climb, right? One chapter after another. It's a super common feeling. And honestly, it's probably the biggest hurdle for most students. So, if you're feeling that, you are definitely not alone. But what if there was a way to cut through all that noise? A proven strategy to channel your energy into the areas that give you the biggest bang for your buck, helping you lock in a top percentile score. Well, that's the exact game plan we're going to build together today. Okay, now this is super important. A crucial disclaimer before we get any further. This whole strategy is built on a really careful analysis of past exam papers. It works and it works incredibly well, especially if you're crunched for time. But, and this is a big but, it is not a replacement for studying the entire syllabus if you actually have the time. Think of this as your secret weapon, your strategic advantage, not a shortcut. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll crack the QR code, then we'll build your high priority hit list. We'll figure out smart time allocation, master every single question type, lay out a solid 8-week game plan, and then I'll introduce you to an AI powered partner to help you pull it all off perfectly. All right, first things first. If you want to win the game, you gotta know the rules. Success in City Business Studies starts with really truly understanding the exam pattern. It's not just about what you know, it's about how they're going to test you on it. Now, look at this. This chart tells a fascinating story. A whopping 60% of this exam is not simple. Recall the theory stuff. It's all about application case studies, matching sequencing. This is a huge aha moment, people. The exam isn't just asking what, it's asking how and why. Just memorizing definitions isn't going to cut it. And here's what that feels like. You've got 60 minutes to tackle 50 questions. That's barely over a minute for each one. Get it right, you get 5 points. Awesome, but get it wrong and you lose one. That -1 is a killer. It means that every blind guess is a gamble that can literally drag your score down. So, strategy isn't just important, it's everything. All right, now we're at the absolute heart of our strategy. Your time is limited, right? So, we just can't treat every chapter the same. Looking at past papers, some topics are just absolute heavy hitters. This section is all about zeroing in on them. Let that number just sink in for a second. 55%. We are telling you to dedicate more than half, over half of your total study time to just a few core areas. This is the definition of working smart. It's all about focusing your firepower where it's going to make the biggest dent. And here they are your top 3 priorities. Number 1, and the most important, the functions of management. This is the absolute core of the exam. Number 2, business finance, especially financial decisions. And number 3, marketing, focusing on the 4 P's of the marketing mix. So let's zoom in a bit. When we say master the management functions, this is what we mean. It's not about just knowing the definitions. It's about knowing the processes inside and out. You have to know the exact steps in planning, the precise sequence for staffing, and that crucial link between controlling and planning. This is where all those tricky sequence and matching questions come from. Okay, so focusing on the high priority stuff is key, but we can't just completely ignore everything else. That would be a mistake. So the trick here is efficiency. This section is all about how to tackle those medium and low priority topics smartly without letting them take over. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. I want you to picture this for your study schedule. 55% of your time is locked in. For those heavy hitters, a good 35% goes to the medium priority topics we're about to cover. And then a quick surgical 15% is all you need for the low priority areas. This way you cover everything, but with a smart score boosting focus. So, what goes where for your medium priority block? You want to focus on Fayol and Taylor's principles. These are magnets for assertion reason questions. Also, get a handle on the business environment, dimensions, and the main parts of the Consumer Protection Act. Now, for the low priority topics like financial markets and entrepreneurship, listen up. Here's the golden rule: do not get lost in the theory. You revise these only by doing past year questions. That's it. It gives you what you need without wasting time. Okay, so we've covered the what to study. Now let's get tactical. Let's talk about the how to score. Every single question type in this exam has a weakness, a little trick to it. And knowing how to exploit that can be the difference between a good score and an amazing one. This slide right here is your tactical playbook for comprehensions. Here's the secret: don't read the passage, First, read the questions, then go hunting for the answers. It turns it into a targeted search for matching questions. Find two pairs you are absolutely sure of. That will almost always eliminate the wrong options for sequences. I use the bookend technique. Find the very first step and the very last step. The middle usually just falls into place. And for those mock use, they're your speed run. If you don't know it in 30s, flag it and move on. So let's just boil it all down. Do make anchored tables and pass questions your absolute best friends do time every single mock test like it's the real deal. But don't try to memorize entire chapters word for word. It's a waste of time. Don't guess blindly. That -1 penalty will absolutely tank your score. And whatever you do, don't skip the comprehension passages. They can be easy marks if you use the right strategy. You know a great strategy without a timeline? Well, it's just a nice idea. So let's take everything, the what and the how, and build the when. This is your actual week by week plan to make all this happen. And here is your 8-week path to victory. Look at how it's structured. The first 4 weeks are all about building a rock solid foundation in those management functions while practicing specific question types. Weeks 5 and 6, we tackle the other high priority stuff, and notice mock tests are there from day one. You can't skip them. Then the final 2 weeks are pure revision time drills and just locking it all in. And how do you make this a daily habit with this killer 60-minute routine? 25 minutes drilling those management processes, maybe with flashcards, 20 minutes of practice cases, Mac use, 10 minutes on the tricky stuff like sequences, and then the most important 5 minutes of your entire day. Error analysis, figuring out why you got something wrong. Sticking to this routine is everything. Okay, so we've built the perfect strategy. We've got a concrete plan. But let's be real, actually executing that plan perfectly. That's where things can get tough. How do you stay on track? Find your weaknesses and get help the second you need it. This is really the final piece of the puzzle. You have the map, but what if you had a high tech GPS that guided you every single step of the way, making sure you never took a wrong turn? This is where having the right tool can completely change the game. So let me introduce you to Ease to Learn. And I want to be super clear about this. This is not a replacement for your hard work. It's not a replacement for your coaching classes. Think of it as a force multiplier. It takes all the effort you're already putting in and just makes it smarter, faster, and way more effective. Remember that 5-minute error analysis we put in our daily plan? Well, the gap fixer is basically that on steroids. After you practice, it doesn't just tell you you're weak in staffing, it diagnoses your exact weakness. Like, are you messing up the sequence of selection, or is it the concept of internal recruitment? It pinpoints the specific gap so you can fix it with laser precision. We've all been there, right? It's late, you're stuck on a concept, and there's nobody to ask. Well, meet Tony, your 24/7 AI buddy. Got a doubt about decentralization at 2 in the morning? Tony's there with an instant clear explanation. No more waiting, no more unanswered questions. It's stress-free learning that actually fits your life. Our whole plan is built around mock tests, and the exam room feature is like the ultimate training ground. It gives you tons of AI simulated mock tests that feel just like the real seat exam. The timing, the interface, everything. Plus, it has all the previous year papers. This is where you build the confidence and speed you need for the big day. And finally, how do you even know if the plan is working with data? The reports and analytics feature tracks your performance every step of the way. You get these clear visual reports showing your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you're improving over time. It turns your prep from just guesswork into a data-driven science. Your journey probably involves more than just business studies. So we've got a whole library of explainers just like this one for tons of other subjects, from the general test in English to economics, physics, history, and so many more. Make sure you check them out to build a winning strategy for all your subjects. So here's the bottom line: success in CT isn't just about how many hours you clock in, it's about how smart you are with those hours. You now have the strategy, you have the plan, and you have the tool to execute it perfectly. So the only real question left is, are you ready to transform your preparation